absolute and relative reference. I think I managed to give you the explanations, right? So let's get our hands dirty and do some practical, right? Suppose you are promoting your products. You are a sales agent or you are a manager for a branch. You are selling electrical gadgets or computer gadgets. You have printers, scanners, laptops, monitors, and keyboards. So you are making your sales, right? And here you want to calculate the total, but when you are calculating the total, you are giving people percentage discount of 10% per each sale, or it could be a bonus that you are giving to the sales agent to say per each sale I'm giving you a bonus of 10% or a commission of 10%, or you are giving customers a discount of 10%. So let's calculate the total sale, which is relative. So to calculate our total sale, we say price times quantity equals to price star quantity. That's a multiplication. So multiplication, we say star, and we drag down. So for everything, we have this. Maybe you can try to format it as a currency. This may be these are US dollars. So United States dollars, we have our dollars. So 120 times 2, that's 240. So that's absolute. You can check here in our formula, we are not locking everything. That's what we call absolute. It means when we are dragging our formula down, we want it to be relative to the cell that we are in. So if you are here, we just dragged from here. Let me maybe delete this part again. We have typed here C5 and D5. But the moment you are dragging, it's now C6 and D6. The moment you are dragging down, it's now C7 and D7. That's what we call relative. It's relative, meaning that when you are using the formula, you want it to adjust as you copy the formula. That's relative. Now on absolute, we will want to calculate 10% of each cell. Suppose this is a commission equals to, we want to multiply this cell, right, by what? The percentage. Get the commission. So we'll say the total sale will be now this minus that, right? And confirm this is right, because we are saying the discount is 10%, which is E5 times E4. Let's try to drag this down. The value is the same. If you come here, it's now referencing the cell just below the 10%. Why? We haven't locked. So we should lock our discount because it's only referencing to a single cell. So to do that, you come here, H4, we should lock H4. You click your F, now function 4, and you lock. But we are locking everything. We are locking the number and the letter, which means we are locking everything, the entire cell. Everything should now reference to G. So it will now adjust correctly. Or even, let's say, let's just calculate the discount, the separate panel. We want to see. Discount equals to this time minus this time is, sorry. We just say this time is this. That's the discount. And we log our discount. So that's 24. And it will be calculated accordingly. So if you would want to confirm that if this column F is correct, you just say this minus this one. and you get the same value. So that's it on absolute and relative reference. So those dollar signs are important. You are too quiet. Hello, guys. Vanessa.
Yeah, ndiripo but ndofunga pane pandanchida kungobvisa pekuloka apo apo. Pane patamboloka kumashure kwenhamba nepatinozoloka the whole letter. I mean, patamboloka kumashure kweletter nepatinozoloka the whole letter. I want to understand the difference between those two functions.
You are saying this. This one. So when you are looking the letter, you are looking the column only. And we said the columns are on top. Those are the letters. The numbers on your far left, these ones. So when you are looking the letter, you are looking the column, which means the column won't change when you are dragging. When you look the number only, you are looking the rows, which means the row won't change. But when you mix both of them like this, you are looking everything. Like for our case, when calculating the discount, every product is referencing to a 10%. You are giving flat discount. Okay. I don't know if you managed to get it.
Yeah, ndashubata. Ndikuloka ndashubata.
Sipo, Gretwin, Bridget, did you get it? Fine.
No, discount and such.
I'm sorry, mine this is. All right, let me redo. Patota waibatan.
Yeah.
Maybe let me do this. Let me break it into pieces. And remember, you can activate your clipboard to store some of the things that you have copied. So you can activate, if you click your Windows and V, it can keep record of your history. So if I copied something before, I would want that, I can still make reference to it. So, right, let's start by calculating the discount only. We are saying the discount equals to the total E5 times H4, which is our E. So, if we drag down, these ones are returning M to Y. Because the moment we then drag down to the second value, here it's dragging down. It's now referencing what? To H5 instead of H4. If we drag down, it's now referencing to H6 instead of H4. So it's changing. We should lock everything for that value, which means we don't want it to change. So we'll come here and say time is H4, but we want to log everything. We'll log the letter and the numbers are logged. We don't want everything to change. We'll click OK. Then we drag down. So the moment we do that, we are consistent. But what we want, why is it that we haven't logged our total relative? We want it to change to the current, but this one shouldn't change. Now to calculate this one, we would just say what? This minus this. And in the previous explanation, I had combined the entire formula. Maybe that's why I got confused. But in simple, that's what you want to achieve. Okay, so let's move to example 2. Now, you don't want to put maybe you are doing sensitivity analysis to see what will happen if you use variable percentages. I think those who did finance, there's a time when we were doing maybe net present value or internal rate of return. You would want to see the different rates. But suppose you want to see maybe the effect of discount at 5%, 10%, and 15%. So we want discount, or maybe let's copy this and maybe paste it some rows, and let's calculate the total here. So that you don't confuse. So copy the 5%, paste it maybe one cell ahead, so that you create let's create the total using absolute. Let's say this times what? Times this, to get the total, and drag it down. So these are our totals. Right now, at 5%, we are going to say equals to this. Right. We want to drag our formula to the right and the left. So on E, when we are going to drag down, E is not going to change. The column is not going to change, but the number should change. In other words, I should put a $sign here. I'm fixing my what? My column, but the number is not. It should change, because when I drag down, it should go to E16, which is the total for scanners. When I drag down, it should go to E17, which is the total for laptops. Times, which or multiplied by 5. Right. But when I'm going to drag it to the right, my percentage should change, which means it should shift to G, where there's 10%. It means now my columns are changing, but the number is not changing. The row is not changing. So I'll lock what? I lock the G. Sorry, I should lock the row, the number only. It's not changing. And I click what? Enter. So this is the discount. I drag it to the right. Then I drag it down. So if you come here, it's referencing to this total E15 and F14. If I come here, it's still referencing to EG15, but now G14 in 10%. Here, it's E15 and H14. The row is not changing, but the columns are changing. But if you come here, it's referencing to what? To E17 and G14. They shouldn't change. In simple terms, that's it about absolute and relative referencing. These ones you should know, because they make your work easier. Because if you are not using these ones, you are going to type for each condition, which is going to make your work a bit hectic. So these ones are must know. I hope I didn't confuse you. Hello? Sipo, I didn't confuse you.
I'm confused. I'll go back to the recording.
Okay, fine. Vanessa, Gretwin.
Ngizoda wagarira pasi.
Bridget,
Yeah, as long as you know, like a practice. I
Bridget,
feel like
same.
you think you get it, but because with a different example, you might just get lost. It's like I'm not yet confident.
But if you that understanding, I think it's enough for you then to get going. There's going to be an exercise, an interesting one after this one. So please, for those exercises, do them wholeheartedly. They are going to help you to grasp the concept.